Now we can see a collections. Okay, collections are mainly helpful if you want to process a bulk operational data. When I say bulk operational data, let's imagine that you got a more than one record that you need to process in a class, or you need to do some business logic around this. Because it is more than one record, you cannot store in a single variable. So we need a type which can hold more than one value. So that's where the OOPS concepts is providing us a concept called collections. Collections means ideally it can hold more than one value of same data type. This is key, you need to understand, of same data type. When I say list of string, so list of string can store multiple values of string type. It doesn't store your integer type. There will be no more other data type variables it will store. It can hold only the same data type elements, multiple same data type values. Clear? Any questions on data type values? Now, ideally, how we can declare the variable public string name, or like say first name equal to some Ravi. This is an example. And if I want to store a multiple people first name, how can I store that? That where we need a concept called public list of string. I'll say last name, I cannot use, equal to new list of string. What I can do, now I can able to store multiple values like Ravi. I can store Ram. It can hold more than one value now. It can hold more than one value. If I say deploy this to source arc, this is the difference. Now what happened? This here you are storing one value, here you are storing more than one value, isn't it? So collections helps to operate on a bulk data operations. See, what are the types of collections we have? What are the types of collections? List, set, and map. List, set, and map. What is the key difference between list? It allows duplicates allowed. When I say duplicates allowed, I can have another row. So the total values in last name now is 2. But let's say if duplicates allow and it maintains the order, which is nothing but index. If I say here Ravi, when I try to read the values back from the list, when you try to read the values back, always first value will be Ravi and second value will be Ram. Order will not be changed. Order will not be changed. No duplicates allowed, and does not maintain or does not promise the order. Why I am not saying does not maintain? If I say Ravi and Ram, these are two different values. So if you print this, if it is a set of string, by modifying this as a set of string, Ravi and Ram are two unique values, right? So if you print this as a set, it will give Ravi and Ram in the same order. But if I have other Ravi here, if I frame another Ravi here, there is no guarantee the order now. You clear? So when there is no duplicates for a set, it looks as same as it promises your order. If the set have a duplicates, then it doesn't promise the order for you. So technically it doesn't have, you cannot dependent on order. Clear? And here we have a concept called map. This is called key value pairs. So which is saying straight away key value pairs. Value can be duplicated, key cannot be duplicated. Value can be duplicated, key cannot be duplicated. When I say for a map, public map of string comma string. This is key. this is key, and this is value. Left side of a comma is a key, right side of a comma is a value. So values can be duplicated, keys cannot be duplicated. Values can be duplicated, keys cannot be duplicated. Value can be anything. Value can be a string or a list of string or set of string, or it can have another map. Value can be anything, but key always should be a primitive data types. What are primitive data types? Integer, string, date, ID. You can use all these unique identifiers you can use in a key. But values can be of any data. It can be Apex class, it can be another collection, it can be anything. Clear? Here map, keys are unique, values can be duplicated based on key, and list allow duplicates and maintains order. Set, it doesn't allow duplicates, so which doesn't promise a order whatever it gonna return, right? And what are the most useful methods that we use in collections in Salesforce world? We use add method, get method, set method, put method, put all, add all. What are the methods that we use mainly? Add, get, put, add all, and put all. So let's say I have one collection. I have one collection, one set I have. I wanted to pass to another list. Then what I can do? Last name dot add all on the other collection, which will create a collection automatically. If I want to add only one value, then I'll use a concept called add. If I want to add more than one value, I'll use a concept of add all. Clear? For example, we'll discuss more. Public, static, void, list type. So we'll understand how to declare the list. How to declare list, string, list values. This is called declaration. The default value of a declaration is always null because we never initialize the memory, right? Initialization. List values equal to new list of string. List values equal to new this is called initialization. Now the value of the list value is not null anymore. It's a blank because you authorized with you created an object for it, right? Adding a single value to list. How to add a single value to list? Your list variable name dot method yard, and I'll say procoding skills. Now how many values you have here in the list now? 1. If I want to say another value, Salesforce. And if I do here, and if I say Control C and Control V, it pastes a new line automatically. That's how it is populating. Apex code. So how many values you have? 3 values, right? And every time we are using add method to add one value, right? Let's say if I want to declare and initialize the list. How can I declare and initialize? List, string, I'll say temporary list. If I want to use temporary list, I'll use something like this hard-coded, like this underscores. And it is not a recommend. You don't need to use it. If you don't want to use it, okay? List, string, clone the one list to another list. How can I do it? Now I'll say that temp list dot add all. Instead of passing values, I'll pass my list values directly. Clear? So add means it is adding one value. If I say add all, it adds all the values. Clear? And how to read the values. How can we read the values? To read the values, you need to write a for loop. Okay? For contains two things: data type, loop variable, colon, collection. What is the data type here? What is the collection? List values, right? Otherwise, I'll say that, okay, list values, anything is fine. I'll take list values. And loop variable, uh, I'll say that, yeah, anything is fine. It's just a loop variable to refer this value. So what is the data type of this list? String. Then you need to replace that string. So always data type, loop variable and your collection. Okay? Clear? Now system dot debug. So because this is a string, value colon, if I display a, then it display a value for your a. A will display pro-coding skills, Salesforce invalid character in JavaScript identifies. Here it is not identifying. Writing JavaScript and coming here is always confusing. Yep. Unexpected token, line number 15. Okay, here is the, that's okay. We don't need to worry about it. Deploy. Okay. Now I can able to open arc from here directly. If I click here, it opens a arc. Okay. For now, I am not doing it. I'll go manually. What is the class name? Collections. Developer console. Control E, Control A, Control V. Dot. I can use both. Either I can use template. Let me use template only for your safe. Cool. And I'll get list type is my method. I'll call my list type execute. Debug only. You can see pro coding skills, Salesforce, Apex code in the same order, right? So it promises an order. Let's say if I add another value, here I add it like pro coding skills, and I'll say that I'll add Salesforce deploy. Now I added a duplicates. Earlier there are no duplicates. Now I have added a duplicates. Why I did a refresh? Control space will give a intelligence whenever you need. Okay. Control space. Generally you can see here. I didn't have intelligence here. Now I did a control space. If the methods are eligible, they can able to get in a intelligence on its own. Now you can see the way I entered, the same way I got errors. Values back. Now what we can do, see for list and set it follows the same method. There will be no difference. Okay. I'm just copied, pasted. Instead of set list, I'll say the set. Instead of list, I'll say set. Rest all remains same. Okay. Rest all remains same. Set set, set, and set values. No, I am keeping multiple cursors, you can see, right? I'm using options key, and likewise if you are in a Windows there will be other shortcuts. We can use multiple things like, yep, deploy. Now what happened? It's the same method. We didn't change anything else. It's the same method, isn't it? Only instead of set list we use it set, but iterations remain the same. Now we can see the order. If I Now we can see the order. Let's say control space. Okay, it is not coming because we didn't refresh it. Set type, execute, debug only. What happened? Pro coding skills, Salesforce, Apex code. It doesn't promise you output. In this case, it is giving properly the way we entered. But ideal case, it doesn't. Pro coding skills, Salesforce, Apex code. No, if I remove, then it will be pro coding skills, Apex code, and Salesforce. It will show. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you cannot promise, yeah. One thing is that you cannot promise. Pro coding skills, Salesforce, you cannot promise, but list and set is the only difference. The method remains same. There will be no change. The only thing is that instead of set, you will be declaring as a list, and it allows duplicates. The set doesn't allow duplicates. Okay.